It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, live, large and in charge on this Thursday morning. Now, last week we reported that the poor Opportunity rover on Mars got stuck in a dust storm bigger than North America. Just wrap your mind around that quickly. Now, since then, the little robot has managed to send a selfie back to Earth, reigniting confidence, but that's the last that we've heard from it. But here to unpack that for us and what's going on is, of course, our expert outreach astronomer, Dr. Daniel Cunnama. Great to have you here, man.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what's happening. A storm the size or bigger than North America.
Yeah, and it seems to be getting bigger too at the moment. So it's turned into a pretty much a global dust storm. Over the whole of Mars. So we spoke a couple of weeks ago about the Mars helicopter and how thin the atmosphere is on Mars.
Yes.
So basically what happens is when a storm starts to form on Mars from heating from the sun, the same way as a storm forms here, it picks up dust particles, these very, very fine dust particles, and then those kind of get swept around the planet. And that's basically what's happened here, and it's blocked out the sun for Curiosity, which operates on solar panels.
Absolutely. I mean, and we are still trying to figure out a way that we can live on this planet. Let's quickly push that idea back a couple of years. But also, how was it able to then function without solar power? Because you said the Curiosity is dependent on solar power.
Yeah, so it's dependent on solar power. It charges up a battery. And then when the storm started coming, it could see it coming, obviously. It still had some battery reserves.
Yes.
Managed to take a selfie, send it home. Which is here, you can kind of
Is
see,
this
you can
it?
see that, yeah, this is it. So you can kind of see that the sky is starting to go a bit red and dusty. It's got a lot worse than this since then.
Yeah.
Then obviously it lost power, or it powered down to a critical level. Then what happens is the rover goes into hibernation.
Okay.
So it's shut down now, it's not phoning home, and yeah.
What's the latest right now? Because I can imagine it being in hibernation and this massive storm happening. A lot of dust particles could get into the crevices of, where nuts and bolts are. I mean,
Yeah.
is it going to make it?
Well, I mean, so there have been previous dust storms on Mars, which they've made it through, none as big as this, though. Curiosity is about 10 years old now. It's been going for a long time.
Yeah.
So we hope so. Basically, once the dust storm clears, the hope is that there'll be enough collecting capacity, so
Yes.
not enough dust to stop
So that it can actually get
it can
moving
start
again.
charging up again. So
Yeah.
and once it starts charging up again, once it gets to 5% or something, it'll be able to turn back on.
Yeah.
And phone home.
Right.
So that's what we're holding out for at the moment. At the moment, it's still in the thick of the storm.
Yeah.
And
So here's to Curiosity, man. We're thinking about you out there in outer space. Anyway, another thing people might be wondering about, it's 7:30 right now and the sun is still not fully risen yet. Today marks the winter solstice, the longest night of two, right, in the year. There's a winter solstice and
a summer solstice,
Yeah.
which will be the shortest night, and
Yes.
the longest day.
How does that work exactly?
So basically, it's just the tilt of the Earth as it goes around the sun. In summer, we have a lot of sun. The sun goes very high and
Yes.
rises early, sets late. We have very long days. The 21st of December will be the longest day in the southern hemisphere. And then the 21st of June, today, will be the shortest day and the longest night. So the northern hemisphere is getting the longest day today. We're getting our shortest day today.
Right, so in case you're wondering
That's why it's still dark.
you're feeling like snoozing a few more minutes, it's only because we are experiencing the longest night in the southern hemisphere called the winter solstice. How's that for your little conversation starter today? Dan, thanks very much, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
All right, now let's take a look at the news headlines.